So I had some performance concerns about SVG, so I went ahead and created a very rudimentary Maptools import, and this should look familiar to most people who use Maptools. And I end up with 13 shapes, and I can zoom in, move around, the tokens, move around, snap to grid, yada yada yada, and it's looking pretty good. So let me open up one that's a little larger. So here's a Cathedral of Feathers. Now I'm opening up a zip file, which Java does fairly well. JavaScript is a little slow at. I actually moved it into a web worker thread. I'm hoping to fix some problems, and it didn't. But as you can see, I can move around. It's not too bad. Oh, there's a couple half-second delays when I zoom in and out. Yep, there's some more delays. Okay, I'll open up something a little larger. It's taking a while to load. There's one shape. It's still loading. It's still loading. I think there's like 53 is what I'm expecting to see. A lot of this delay is processing the zip file to create the larger images, and some of the delay is actually creating the DOM object. So there's 53. So if I zoom out, there's like 2 seconds delay. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 seconds where it stutters. 1, 2. So it's starting to stutter pretty bad. So I went ahead and created a WebGL version using Pixi. And again, I'll wait for this thing to load. I'm going to pause it while it loads so the video doesn't take quite so long. Okay, here's my 53 objects, and as I move back and forth, it is like super smooth. You couldn't ask for anything better. It's just amazing how smooth this is. So clearly, if I wanted my browser-based app to come even close to what Maptools can do, I need to not use SVG for my basic images. Okay, so now I'm going to load something even larger, and it's going to be a problem. So I'm going to champions. I'm going to load in a huge prison map, and the thing dies on me. Refresh it, make sure I'm not running out of memory. And we'll do a SVG version, just to make sure it's not being any kind of GPU issue on texture size. And it crashes. So I think the problem here is I'm using fairly large files. So here is the map I'm actually trying to load. So let me go to a different map, and federal prison. So even in Maptools, this thing chugs pretty good. In fact, I'm kind of reaching the limit of what it will do. If I add too many more of these large background tiles, Maptool will refuse to display the images. So here it is, and this individual this tile here, I don't have this specific one laid out, but it's basically this type of tile where it's 4K by 4K, and it's roughly 30 megabytes in size. Well, that's pretty big, and it looks like the browser just is not able to handle that, and I'm not sure why. It's either the texture size that's causing problems, in which case, perhaps I could split the texture size up before I display it. I'm not really sure where it's crashing at. Or I literally am running out of memory on the browser. I have not done enough analysis to find that out, but clearly there are problems. And until I figure that out, I'm kind of stopped work on my vision blocking and everything else. I want to make sure that if Maptools can create the map, that my JavaScript version can handle it. So that's where I'm at.